Welcome to my channel Coin Worth Million. This channel is a special place where every video brings you new knowledge, entertainment, and exciting experiences. Here you will find informative content, engaging stories, and everything that sparks your curiosity. Our goal is to make every moment enjoyable, help you learn something new, and be a part of this growing family. So join us and start this wonderful journey today. The 1829 United States of America $1 coin occupies a particularly intriguing position in the annals of American numismatics, not because it is a common coin readily found in collections, but precisely because it is an enigmatic and essentially non-existent regular issue coin in circulation, with its historical context tied to the transitional nature of U.S. coinage during the late 1820s. The official U.S. silver dollar had not been struck for general circulation since 1804, following a halt that began in 1804 due to the massive outflow of silver coins through trade and the unfavorable silver-to-gold ratio in the early 19th century. Thus, by 1829, there was no circulating silver dollar being produced, and the United States did not mint any regular issue $1 coins that year. However, gold coins such as the $5 half eagle were produced, and silver coins of smaller denominations, half dollars, quarters, dimes, and half dimes dominated commerce alongside copper cents and half cents. For the $1 denomination in particular, its absence from circulation in 1829 is a direct result of economic, legislative, and market-driven factors that suppressed its minting until the later reintroduction of the silver dollar in 1836 with the Gobrecht design. Although no standard 1829 silver dollars were struck for public use, the concept of a $1 coin in 1829 exists mainly in the form of patterns, restrikes, or private fantasies created later by numismatic forgers or as experimental pieces. The U.S. Mint, located in Philadelphia at the time, was experimenting with close collar technology, improved presses, and more standardized designs in 1829, particularly with the capped bust series. Had a dollar been minted, it would likely have borne the capped bust design, similar to contemporary half dollars, featuring the classical Liberty bust wearing a Phrygian cap with Liberty on the headband, surrounded by 13 stars symbolizing the original colonies, with the date 1829 below. The reverse would have shown the heraldic eagle with shield, olive branch, and arrows, and the inscription, United States of America, encircling it, along with the denomination expressed as 1D, or $1. The silver content for such a coin, based on the statutory standards of the time, would have been 89.24% silver and 10.76% copper, with a weight near 26.96 grams if following the original early dollar specifications. However, no official record supports mass production or circulation. Economically, the period of 1829 was marked by the presidency of Andrew Jackson, the beginning of Jacksonian democracy, and a growing skepticism towards centralized banking systems like the Second Bank of the United States. Gold and silver were still the backbone of the monetary system, but the ratio between the two metals made silver dollars prone to being hoarded or exported. Foreign silver, particularly Spanish 8 reals pieces of 8, continued to circulate widely and often substituted for the lack of U.S. dollars. In many ways, the absence of a U.S. dollar coin in 1829 reflects the United States' dependence on foreign coinage and its ongoing struggle to balance bimetallic standards. From a numismatic perspective, if you encounter a coin marked as 1829 $1 United States of America, it is almost certainly a fantasy piece, token, replica, or modern counterfeit. Genuine, early dollars from the period before the halt in production 1794–1804 are exceedingly rare, and the famous 1804 dollar, often called the King of American Coins, was itself struck years later 1834–1835 and restruck in the 1850s for diplomatic presentation purposes. Thus, an 1829 dollar belongs in the category of non-regular issue or pattern coins, unless documented as a unique trial strike. Collectors and historians value this year as a missing link in the timeline of U.S. dollar coinage. The lack of $1829 production illustrates the mint's focus on smaller silver coins and the ongoing technical evolution leading up to the Gobrecht dollars of 1836–1839, which were the first to revive the denomination with new technology, including the steam press and close collar. The rarity and significance of any genuine $1829 pattern or die trial would be immense. If such a piece exists, and a handful of alleged specimens are rumored in private collections, it would likely command 6 to 7 figure sums at auction, depending on authenticity, provenance, and condition. Authentication by leading grading services such as PCGS or NGC is crucial, as the market is fraught with spurious pieces. The broader coinage landscape of 1829 saw the capped bust half-dollar and dime undergo significant redesign, with reduced diameters and the use of close-collar minting technology, creating a more uniform and modern appearance. Copper large cents and half cents continued to be struck in large numbers, serving everyday commerce, while gold coins such as the $2.50 quarter eagle and $5 half eagle carried higher value transactions. In conclusion, the 1829 United States of America $1 coin represents more of a historical curiosity and a what-if scenario rather than a common collectible coin. It tells a story of a nation balancing its bimetallic standard, refining its minting processes, and evolving its coinage system. While you will not find a widely circulated dollar from this year, the absence itself is meaningful, symbolizing a transitional phase in American monetary history, leading from the early hand-struck silver dollars of the late 18th century to the mechanized, steam-pressed coinage of the mid-19th century. Collectors fascinated by this period often build typesets including the capped bust half-dollars, quarters, and dimes from 1829 to reflect the year's coinage, while the elusive $1 remains a topic of study, speculation, and desire among advanced numismatists. Next coin. The 1801 United States of America $1 coin is a significant and highly collectible silver dollar from the early era of U.S. coinage, belonging to the famous Draped Bust series 1795–1804, that marked the second major design type of the nation's silver dollars. Designed by Robert Scott, the chief engraver of the United States Mint, the Draped Bust dollar features a classical portrait of Liberty facing right, with flowing hair, a ribbon behind her head, and drapery or bust across her neckline, accompanied by the inscription, Liberty, above and flanked by 13 stars representing the original colonies, 7 to the left and 6 to the right for the 1801 variety, with the date, 1801, positioned below. The reverse bears the iconic heraldic eagle design introduced in 1798, modeled after the Great Seal of the United States, an eagle with outstretched wings holding arrows in one claw and an olive branch in the other, symbolizing war and peace, with a shield on its breast, a ribbon above bearing the motto, E pluribus unum, and a glory of 13 stars arranged above its head, all encircled by the legend, United States of America. Notably, the denomination was not expressed on the coin, a characteristic of early U.S. silver dollars prior to the introduction of more explicit value inscriptions. The 1801 dollar was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which at the time was the only operational U.S. minting facility. It was produced to the official standards set by the Coinage Act of 1792, consisting of 89.24% silver and 10.76% copper, with a weight of 26.96 grams, 416 grains, and a diameter of approximately 39 to 40 m, making it a large and impressive coin for commerce during the early 19th century. The mintage for the 1801 silver dollar is officially recorded at 54,454 pieces, a relatively low number even for the period, which adds to its modern rarity. Many of these coins entered circulation and suffered from heavy wear, as the silver dollar was primarily used in larger commercial transactions, including foreign trade, where it often competed with or was hoarded alongside Spanish 8 reals pieces of 8, which were widely trusted and circulated extensively in the young American economy. Economically, the early 1800s in the United States were a period of expansion and transition, with Thomas Jefferson becoming president in 1801, marking the beginning of Jeffersonian democracy and a more agrarian-focused economic vision. Silver was in high demand globally, and U.S. silver dollars, due to their high intrinsic metal content, were frequently exported or melted, leading to persistent shortages of large silver coins in domestic circulation. This, combined with issues in the bimetallic ratio between silver and gold, ultimately led to the suspension of silver dollar production after 1804, making the 1801 issue part of the final group of regularly struck draped bust dollars before their long hiatus. From a numismatic perspective, the 1801 draped bust dollar is highly prized today, particularly in well-preserved grades. Most surviving examples are found in circulated condition, ranging from good G to very fine VF, with extremely fine EF, XF specimens being scarce in mint state MS, examples being rare and commanding significant prices at auction, often reaching tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on luster, strike, and eye appeal. Proofs are not known for this year, but the dies often exhibit characteristic features such as die cracks, repunching of stars, and variations in star alignment, which are of great interest to specialists in early U.S. dollar die varieties. Several die marriages, pairings of obverse and reverse dies, have been documented for the 1801 dollar, catalogued extensively in references like Bowers-Borchardt BB and Ballender B systems. These varieties help collectors identify subtle differences in star placement, date positioning, and die states, adding layers of depth to the study of this coin. Popular varieties include those with wider date spacing or specific die cracks that developed as the dies wore down. As early minting technology relied on hand-punch details and less precise machinery, each die pairing can have its unique charm, making die variety collecting a major field in early American numismatics. Counterfeiting and alterations are common with early U.S. dollars due to their high silver content and desirability. Many modern forgeries exist, some originating from overseas mints or being cast rather than struck, and others involving altered dates to simulate rarer years. Therefore, authentication by recognized grading services such as PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, is strongly recommended for serious collectors. Historically, the 1801 dollar holds a place not only as a monetary instrument but also as a symbol of the early republic's aspirations, reflecting neoclassical artistic influences and the young nation's desire to assert its economic sovereignty amidst dominant European powers. The suspension of silver dollar coinage shortly after this period created a long gap until the reintroduction of the denomination in 1836 with the Gobrecht dollar, which ushered in a new era of mechanized, steam-powered minting. In modern collecting, the 1801 draped bust dollar is considered a key representative of early U.S. federal coinage, sought after for both type collections and date-specific sets. Its historical connections to the Jefferson administration, early U.S. trade, and the formative years of the mint give it a narrative value beyond its silver content. Prices for circulated examples can range from a few $1,000s for lower grades to over $50,000 for high-end mint state pieces, with exceptional provenance or pedigree adding further premiums. In summary, the 1801 United States $1 coin is a tangible artifact of a young nation's economy, embodying the artistry, technical limitations, and global trade realities of its time. With its classic draped bust and heraldic eagle design, low mintage, and historical significance, it remains one of the most studied and cherished coins among early American numismatics, representing a bridge between the post-Revolutionary War monetary experiments and the more stable, industrialized coinage that would follow in the mid-19th century. Please like and subscribe to my channel.